Welcome to the Reid and Wheat Book Club. So today we're discussing Lady Macbeth with our recurring guest Annie.
Hi everybody.
Hi. And I have so much to say. But first, let's give a little introduction of what this is. So if you haven't read it yet, you can go out and read it and then come back and listen to our discussion. So Annie, you're the one who's read the actual play, so how about you?
Okay, so this is kind of how I was describing it to my parents when they asked what I was reading. So it's called Lady Macbeth, and I say that it's a spin-off of Shakespeare's play Macbeth. It's from the point of view of his wife, and it's kind of I guess about their marriage. It's not written in play form, it's actual.
It's a
book.
novel, yeah.
Thank God.
Okay.
I do not like reading plays.
Well, sometimes she had a little bit of it said witch and then the colon.
Yeah, it was only with the witches, which...
Yeah.
Which is interesting because there are the witches in the play Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the same setup of how they would say all hail Macbeth and whatever. But it's kind of based on the idea that she's a witch. Or she's kissed by a witch is what they say.
Yeah, it's a feminist twist to the play, I would say.
So in the play, Shakespeare's play, Macbeth has all these accomplishments or whatever, where he becomes Thane of Cawdor and the king and all this stuff, and it's because he kills people or whatever. And then in this book, it's sort of implying that his wife, Lady Macbeth, is the clever mind behind all of it.
Yes.
So I think that's the best way to describe this book.
Definitely. Yeah. It's not anything like a romantasy. It's very dark, academia almost.
Yeah, it's definitely not very romantic at all.
No, but hey, you still have to read it. It's what was I gonna say? It's a very quick read. It took her 2 hours. Me, it took 4, but it's
I read very fast. So
she does.
Yeah, I would say it took me about 2 hours. But if you want to sit there and annotate, take notes.
Yeah, it follows the acts too. I think there's 5 acts in the play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it follows that timeline. Okay, so go read it. Read it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god.
I want to hear your rating.
I want to hear yours.
I am so conflicted on my rating. Okay.
Okay.
So, I want to say about maybe 2/3 through this book, I was meh.
Yeah.
I was meh.
It had a slow start.
Yeah, I was I'll give this maybe a 4. And then I finished it, and I want to say it went up to a 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh god. I gave it a 1.
Dana!
And the only reason I gave it a 1 was because of the cover.
Oh my god, yeah, I do not like the cover.
No, I love the cover. That's the only reason why I gave it a 1.
Oh, the cover. Oh, I don't like that top pink.
No, I love it. I think it perfectly looks like her and how she described it.
Okay,
I loved it.
The paper cover, yes. What is this hot pink mess?
No idea.
No
idea. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I gave it a 1. And so I have wrote down a lot of hate read notes. And I think we should just we should hit each one because it goes in chronological order.
Okay.
And then you can,
rebuttal.
Yeah, defend your rating.
I will defend. I will not defend all of them because this is a 6, not a 10, but
yeah. So I guess I'm on the
I think it's a bit rude, okay? Cuz I'll give you my general reason for my reading real quick before we start on yours. Is I gave it a 6 because I do think it was a really good idea. The feminine spin-off version of the play.
And you read the play, so.
Yeah. So I liked it a lot because, pretty much all of Shakespeare's plays are very men forward and whatnot. So the fact that the idea of there's the Lady Macbeth is the one that's actually, like, you know, killing the people and, you know, doing all of the dirty work for her husband and is actually a witch is really cool. So I liked that a lot. And then I also really liked the ending. Well, I liked the ending. I won't say I really liked it. I liked that she, you know, kills Macbeth. I did.
Instead of the, what was it? A man born without a woman's bond.
Yeah. It was, no, because it was,
It's, wait, I have it over here.
It said that.
A man not of woman born, C-section, but somehow it's her.
Yeah, because she is not a man, a woman born. She's a woman.
Oh, right. Yeah, makes sense.
So it was basically saying, like, a man can't kill Macbeth, and she's not a man, she's a woman. So she was able to kill him.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I do think it was well written for the most part. I liked that it was an easy read. I would not say that this is, like, deep thinking or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
It was a very simple read.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Let's begin.
Okay.
So she wrote, it's like a feminist twist, but there's no women in Scotland, and she's like hates the patriarchy. But doesn't that mean like all the men like are doing like the cooking and the cleaning and all that? Do you know what I mean? Like they're
think about that.
It's just like what, like that just felt like a little weird to me.
I didn't really think about it like that.
I'm like, what?
Or maybe it's like, because there's all those villages and stuff like that, and there's women in the villages.
But they're not like high enough to be with the men, I guess. In the thing.
What if like maybe they're doing all the, like the cooking and stuff, and then it's like sent to the castle? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Another point was that there's these 3 witches from the play, right? And they're incorporated into the story, and they're like under like the cells or like something like that. And they're there to do laundry internally. I was like, what?
Yeah. I didn't pick up on that until like, I think it was maybe like the second or third time that they visited the witches. I was like, wait, they're actually just doing laundry when he's not asking them about prophecy.
Yeah. Like, what? And she's like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, laundry, of course. Like,
yeah, duh.
Like, what?
Of all things.
And then I just have to find this part. It was so funny to me when she talks about, what is his name? Like Leanzo.
I thought it was Lysander.
Lysander, probably.
Something like that.
It was just so funny how like abruptly clear it was what couple we were supposed to be rooting for in the way that she described it. I was like, all right, there's our man. Let me find it. It's so funny. Oh, here it is. Ready? He is very handsome, tall but not bulky. When he does move, there is a stunning grace to his limbs that makes Rousseau think of the capal use, the water horse that takes the form of a man and seduces maidens to follow him into the drowning drink. If the serpent woman Melusina had a mate, it would be such a creature, she thinks. The prince's hair is black and shines like the sea under moonlight. His features are fine, almost delicate in a way men usually are not. It is a beauty that would be well appreciated in Brazil or Anjou or even Paris, a beauty that would make kitchen girls go weak in the knees, that would make them trip and stumble just to put themselves in the path of his gaze. Like, all right.
Straight, like, love poem to him.
I know. It's like he just showed up on the scene. So I just thought it was funny how, like, abruptly clear it was. Mm-hmm. And then... okay, and this is my huge problem, I think, with the book, because it's supposed to be like a feminist twist, but I felt like from hearing about the original version, Lady Macbeth was so much more powerful in this play, and then here she's like a cowering teenager and like I don't know what to do, where like she was like powerful and like strong and manipulative.
Okay. So, in the play, in Shakespeare's play...
Yes,
Macbeth,
please tell me.
Macbeth himself treats his wife as an equal, which is very different than in this book.
Yes.
He is like, you are beneath me. I am Thane of Cawdor. I am the king hereafter, whatever. So that is a big difference. So, like, it seems like that, I'd say. But she is, like, using Macbeth.
She's changing the story to make him...
She is acting as if she is this, you know, timid 17-year-old girl in this book to Macbeth's face. And then she's, like, going and doing all this dirty shit behind his back. Like, talking to Fleance or whatever.
Fleance,
in the dungeons. Lysander in the dungeons, like... going and spinning all these, you know, concoctions and stories. And it was her idea to manipulate the swordsmen that were guarding the king to actually kill the king. Like, she's this clever mind, and she's using, you know, the fact that Macbeth thinks she's this timid and shy, like, girl to her advantage. So... I
can see how, like, she's trying to be manipulative, but, like... for me, like, it just didn't read like that. It really felt like she was...
actually timid?
Yeah, because she didn't want to kill the king, and she didn't want to, like, do any of the things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, she didn't want to kill the king because she didn't want her lord husband to have more power.
Where, like, in the play, like, she was the one who manipulated the king into... No, Macbeth into killing the king. And it was like, hell yeah. Like, I am rooting more for the play version of her than I feel like I am for this version.
I feel like they're just so, like, they're different women.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she aged her down.
I kind of like this one better.
Okay, fair enough. I just, what was another point I had? It was, I just feel like there's so many women, like, in literature that actually are like characters that face like what she does in this book that Ava Reid could have used and made that feminist twist, but this person was already like powerful, ambitious, manipulative, that she didn't really need to twist it into making her smaller and then, you know what I mean?
I guess, but another point I'll make is that in the play, like, the wife is the one that has, like, the ambitions. And, like, in the book, she doesn't have the ambitions. It's Macbeth that does. Yeah. He's the one that wants to be the Thane and the king and all that stuff. And she's just, like, doing the shit for him. So I feel like I didn't really like the wife as much in the play.
Because of her ambition?
Her ambitions are, like, what, you know, brought Macbeth to his demise. Yeah. Like, she was the one that was like, you can be, like, the king. You can do all this really cool shit. Like, come on. And then he's like, okay. All right. Like, I guess. And I feel like that's where, you know, it's, like, the opposite. Like, a lot of men are the ones with the ambitions and whatnot. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I didn't like her as much. She's the one that ended up killing her husband and stuff like that. Okay, so my other point was, so Macbeth in this story is like, okay, you need to go kill, what is his name, Lysander? Yeah, he's like, you have to kill him. And, like, she has just been, like, eye-fucking him for, like, 50 pages, maybe 20 pages. And she's like, oh, I can't kill him. Yeah. But then she goes into it and immediately starts, like, making out with him, but thinking that he's under her spell. So isn't that kind of like a predator? Do you know what I mean? Like, she just, like, making out with this guy, going to town, thinking that he's under her spell, and he's like, no, I'm not under your spell. But, like, was she trying to execute him at all? Like, I'm so confused, because it was really confusing. I think the way she wrote it was really vague, because, like, it wasn't until, like, a page or so in, she's like, oh, he's under, like, my spell. I bet I can find it. Yeah, I didn't... I was like, what? I didn't think about it like that. But, like, I know that... I mean, she thought he was really hot, obviously, and, you know, wanted to fuck him. I know. And then she's sort of, like, getting this opportunity, and she's like, well, if I'm gonna kill him, might as well have some fun beforehand.
Yeah. It just... I just didn't get it.
But she also was worried that he was gonna feel the knife on her. And if she was worried about that, then she, like, wasn't thinking that he was under her spell. Because if he was under her spell, he wouldn't have cared if he felt a knife.
Yeah, that's when she found out. She's like, oh, he's not under my spell. So it just felt like she was kind of taking advantage of him just a little bit. It was like, girl, what? And then also with the French boy that, like, got murdered, she was, like, surprised.
The stable boy or whatever?
Yeah. She thought she forced him to get executed because her eyes told him to kiss her, but she didn't ever think, like, oh, maybe he just wanted to kiss her because he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Like, she didn't know, like, when, like, that she could control her power.
Yeah.
And didn't realize that she was actually, like, really beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was just a little funny. And so then after that, we find out that he's not a mortal man, and that's the only reason why he's not under her spell right now. And so she ends up going with that bad guy, starts with a B, to the prison to
Banquo?
see. Yeah, because he has to be tortured, and she isn't letting him be tortured, even though she's had, like, one interaction with him. And he even is saying, it's like, I don't feel pain. I want to get tortured. And she, like, puts herself from the cell to the guy, be like, no, you can't, and, like, risk her whole safety for this man that she doesn't even, like, hasn't even had, like, a real conversation with him, and he's asking to be tortured.
Okay. I have a couple thoughts on that.
Yeah, please.
First of all, at that point, he hadn't told her the story as to how he's not, like, a mortal man yet.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of, like taking his word for it, I guess. And second of all, it mentions in the book that she felt indebted to him twice. First, because, like, he didn't kill her. And second, there was another reason. I don't remember what she said. Oh, letting her go or something like that.
He said, I will never, like, if you're in the dark or something like that, like, I will never let that happen to you. He says, time escapes us. But Lady Rosille, if your lord husband puts his hands on you, whisper to me the ugly deeds he does in the dark, and I will stop him. Which he doesn't. Like, he gets out, like, she has to deal with Macbeth, and, like, he never comes over there. Except at the very end of the book.
You mean when he's a dragon?
Yeah, at the very end of the book.
Yeah.
No, he's a were-dragon. So it's only when he's asleep that he becomes a dragon.
Yeah.
I was just like, you never even did that. Why are you even trusting this man? He just said that once. And you also, like, he's related to Macbeth, who's also a horrible person. Why are you trusting him? Thought.
Because he didn't kill her.
Who?
Rosille. When she went in to, like, kill him with the knife, and then he found it and pulled it out, he could have killed her.
He could have killed her. Okay, I can see that. He gained a little bit of trust.
Yeah, that's, like...
But I just think it's crazy.
And then he brings her at knife point to Macbeth and Banquo and Fleance, and they have that whole conversation out there, and he could have killed her again. He didn't.
Okay,
he
fair.
let her go.
I just...
Yeah. No, what I thought was weird about that whole dungeon thing was, what was the point of her telling Banquo what actually happened, or kind of what actually happened with her and Fleance and the three masked men?
Yes.
Why did she... There was no benefit to
behind her, he's like, let me be tortured. I don't feel pain.
Yeah. And, like... nothing comes out of telling the truth. Like, she's like, yeah, Banquo, actually there were no three masked men. Fleance just, felt like he was left behind because he was still seeing his little boy, so he wanted to prove himself by protecting me. It was all made up. And Fleance was like, no, it was her plan, it was her idea. Like, outing himself, like, that it was what she was saying was true.
Here's one of my other problems with this whole thing is the author. I've heard great things about the author, just not this book. Mm-hmm. And what she does almost always in this book is say how clever Roseal is. She's clever. Sometimes. She was not clever in that situation.
Oh, no.
But she said, I'm being clever. Like, her cleverness is doing this. And then just gives up all her
and then
secrets.
She gets whipped.
Yeah, by her cleverness.
I have a feeling that whole thing, the author, she had an idea for it, but didn't portray it properly.
Yeah.
Because there has to have been a reason why she was like, yes, Roseal is going to say what actually happened between her and Fleance. Like, she probably came up with some actually clever reason for her to share that with Banquo, and then it's just like fizzled out and we never really understood why.
Yeah.
I like reread it, I was like, is there a point to this?
Exactly. And like this Macbeth, like not the play version, but like this one, her only motivation to act this way is just to not sleep with her husband. And like I understand her husband's like a horrible person, but there could have been other motivations that the author could have incorporated in the book. And like in the play, like she wants power or something like that. Like she's strong in that way, but like just not sleeping with her husband, I feel like there could have been so much more. And then, if she wants, like, why ally herself with someone that, like, Macbeth has power, if you know what I mean? Like, he wants to be king. I feel like there was just so much more she could have done than just allying herself with some random guy, it felt like, who turns into a dragon when he falls asleep.
I mean, I didn't really pick up on the whole point of all of this cleverness and stuff was to avoid sleeping with Macbeth. I know that was the point of the ruby necklace and the fur cloak, and she was like hanging those over his head. Like,
yeah.
You can't sleep with me until you've done these 3 requests of mine. But like, I don't know. She was doing...
And then she didn't want his babies. That too.
Well, yeah. But she wasn't really like... What was she doing to avoid that once he started sleeping with her? Nothing.
No, because then he goes down to the prison with Clarence, whatever his name is.
Clarence?
The French... What's his name?
Fleance?
Oh, yeah, Fleance. Sorry.
I'm like, who is this secret?
Fleance. Yes.
Okay. Go. We're going to start over.
Okay, we're starting over. Okay. Also, after Macbeth finally sleeps with her and, like, she, like, loses her virginity to him, she leaves and goes to this pool where this dragon just is hiding in this pool that no one sees. And no one ever talks about it again. Do you remember that?
So, I thought she went, like, to this, like, river or something like that outside.
Yeah, it's right by the castle.
Yeah, outside. And that's not... I don't think that was where the dragon was hiding.
It was!
It was just... I thought he just showed up there. Like,
but no one sees it?
It was, like, before dawn. Like, everyone was asleep.
I think that... Can we agree that was just a little, like
somebody
for the plot? Like, they... know that she just, like, oh, everyone was asleep. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So then, Macbeth goes down to the prison where Fleance is. Mm-hmm. And he believes a prisoner that... What's her name? Roseal slept with... What's his name?
Lysander.
Girl. Lysander. And that she has his kid, or she's pregnant with Leonce's kid.
Lysander's kid.
Yes. But Macbeth knows that before that he took her virginity. So, like, doesn't that go against everything that the other guy is saying? And no one saw her. How did this prisoner see her with the dragon guy?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that.
And he just believes him 100%. When there was proof he was with her. It just didn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I don't really know, but I have an idea-ish that before Macbeth went to see Fleance, Rosil had gone to see Fleance, and then he was sort of, like, shouting these, like, obscenities at her, like, that she wasn't faithful to her husband or whatever, and I think that her not, like, arguing back was her way of confirming that, but, like, I still don't really understand how he would know that it was Lysander.
Yeah.
And I know that Macbeth thinks that they kind of touched on this when he was like, you did sleep with Lysander, blah, 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 blah. And it was because, like, you aren't pregnant with my child yet, so it must be because you're pregnant with his child, because there's nothing wrong with my sperm. I was like,
this is like...
So basically, he's so conceited that he thinks his sperm is just so perfect and she would be pregnant with his child by now. That she must be already pregnant with Lysander's kid.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me because she proved that she had not slept with anyone else.
Yeah.
So, like, how could he ever even think that? I don't know. It was just kind of just beyond dumb.
Yeah. I don't really know why he believed Fleance.
Yeah. So then, like, he decides that is what has happened, and he puts her in with the other witches, who happen to be the other Lady Macbeths, which is kind of, I guess, interesting with the whole play thing. Because, I just didn't get that. Because you know what would have been cool if, like, a previous Macbeth, like, no one has seen her body, so she could not be dead. You could have, like, expanded that, but just making her one of the witches. Who is calling me? So, he takes her down to the witches. Mm-hmm. And she absorbs all of their power and who they are and leaves. They stay there.
Yeah. I think... So when she was down there, like, first down there, she was like, but I'm not like you guys. And they were like, you will be. Like, we can't see normally anymore because we've been in the dark so long. And they're kind of like, I don't know, like, shriveled up at this point. Like, all they are worth is this, like, prophecy thing. And also, she did just, like, use all their power to leave. Like, what are they gonna do?
So what are they now?
I think they're just, like, shells of people who they used to be.
Okay.
And, I mean, if I were them, I probably wouldn't have left either.
Really?
Like...
Do you want to keep doing laundry eternally? Or eternally? Whatever.
Well, if you think about it, there's war happening outside right now.
Okay, yeah.
And they are weak as fuck. Somebody sees them, they're dead, like, on the spot.
You don't think I feel like they got the power. They
don't have the power anymore. They just gave it to Rosil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think they were just...
I understand it now, but I think it's a dumb plot point. I think it's so dumb. And also, Rosil has this amazing ability of eye contact that can just control men.
Yeah.
And she continuously fails to use it and let men just, like, get her away. You don't think she would have, like, practiced if she's so powerful, and if she had, you know, like, that strongness that the Lady Macbeth from the play had to figure that shit out so she can use it more. But time and time again, the guys just, like, get the best of her. Mm. I struggled with her continually to fail.
So, I have a couple thoughts on that.
Okay, yeah, I love it.
First is that her power, like her actually being like a witch, is a rumor in the castle.
Okay.
They don't know that she's actually a witch. They're just kind of like suspicious of it.
Okay.
And second of all, her power doesn't work when she has the veil in front of her face.
Yeah.
So like, she's always wearing the veil, and the times when she gets like, you know, stuff bested of her, it's when she can't take the veil off or something like that, which the author was pretty good about like saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was her, I'd be more quick about taking this veil off and being smarter and clever than she says she is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's also, like, only so much you can do.
I think it's just for the plot, or else she'd be too powerful. Eye contact. Okay, so. So, the forest coming upon the hill was a prophecy in the play, and she incorporated it into the book, too. How, like, in the play, they carried, like, branches or something up the hill.
Yes.
And so, for this book, Lysander,
I've been saying Lysander.
Lysander, he comes out of the forest with debris on him. Mm-hmm. And that is the forest coming upon the hill. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is, like, he's been in the forest for, like, what, weeks? Something like that? But he becomes a man when he's awake. So all this debris that's been accumulating isn't really a thing. He probably just has, like, a night's sleep of debris. If you know what I mean. So it really doesn't make any sense to me.
So you think it's just not enough debris, or?
Because how they described it in the book was like this whole thing of moss and all this stuff that's just been accumulating. But, like, he's been asleep maybe 8 hours. If that.
Okay. I have a thought.
Okay, love it.
I don't know if at all this is accurate. I'm just speculating. But what I was sort of thinking was that when he was in the dungeon, right?
Yeah.
And he turns into the dragon, he's not just, like, falling asleep.
Yeah, he refused to. He stayed awake for, like, 2 days.
Yeah, but then he, like, in front of Rosil, just turned into the dragon.
Yeah, he finally went to sleep. That's why he's like, I have to tell you this before I fall asleep. Because I'm a dragon. I'm like, what? I was not expecting that. I said, what?
What if he, like, was asleep for longer periods of time?
I mean, maybe, but they didn't explain that in the book.
Because, like, yeah, I don't know. It's all speculation.
It is.
Also, like, at night, you know, his father was like, he needs a room without a window, so he couldn't escape. So the dragon was just, like, stuck in a little room. Mm-hmm. Maybe, like, because the dragon was free, it was like he was a dragon longer. I don't know. Just speculation.
Okay. And so then I completely just was a little confused. She looks at Macbeth and he just poof. Goodbye.
At the end?
Yeah.
It mentions her feeling the power of the other three witches. So I'm thinking that her, like, staring in his eyes, she now has the power, you know, enough power of 4 witches to, like, bring him to his death. And my second thought is something that ever since he returned from, where was he?
France or something.
Something like that, where he was becoming the king. When he returns from that, he was wounded. Okay. And it points out a lot throughout the rest of the book, it getting worse. So I think that he was weakened by that. Mm-hmm. And she had all the power of the witches. And
okay.
That's what killed him. I still think that could have been portrayed better. Because Ava. What was that?
Here, I have the thing of it talking about how he's the forest, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Its thick tail is banded with thorns. Between its claws are weeds that it has ripped up from the earth. The underside of its enormous body is slicked with mud, lily pads, and petals pasted on, and clinging to various scutes and appendages are tendrils of vines, sticky pine needles, and fragile ferns. Has just wrested itself free from a large thicket. Moss drips from the peaks of its wings. And la 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 la. I was like, there is no way in 8 hours from a night's rest that has happened.
Okay. So, Lysander has been in the woods, right?
Yes.
Lysander has been in the woods as a man and as a dragon.
Yeah.
You think that every time he wakes up, he's taking a bath so that he can.
I don't think you have moss growing on your fingers, and then when you become a dragon, they're still there.
I feel like he's hiding in the woods, and like literally hiding in the woods while he's a man and while he's a dragon. So he's like just staying in moss and stuff.
I agree to disagree. Okay. Okay, so I would end it in like my whole little rant here. I'm done. This is the last page.
Okay.
Is like just like reiterating that like in the play that she is basing this whole story off of, Lady Macbeth is not a victim in the play or in Shakespeare. She is powerful. She's great. I love her. And I just hate that she twisted it into making her more like just like a victim of like a, a man, even though like before he wasn't. And then like she just is stupid in my opinion and not making clever decisions, even though she's writing that she's clever. And then I just think she could have chose so many other characters in literature that are victims that she could have created to be powerful. And that's my point.
So you think that this
it is not even
shouldn't have been based off of the play Macbeth?
Yeah, because she's
something else.
Because I feel like Macbeth is kind of already a feminist powerhouse. Like, I love how she like was strong and manipulative and all that. I think she was clever before.
Yes and no. Like, yes, she was clever. Yes, she was ambitious. Whatever. But at the end of the day, like, the play, Macbeth is the one that took the titles. Macbeth is the one that was hailed.
That's cool.
Nobody else fucking looked at his wife, Lady Macbeth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I got that confused.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did not think this was very good. I think she could have... I did not feel the feminism from this that I did in the play. I don't think she was very smart.
I still think it was good.
Okay.
I stand by my 6. Do you stand by your 1?
Yes.
That's so interesting to me. That's such a horrible number to give a book.
I know.
I'm very curious what everybody else thinks.
Oh, definitely. I feel like I have a very unpopular opinion about this book. I feel like most people stand with you.
Yeah. I think, yeah. I also think I had some great points to your points.
Yeah. And I also have some Goodreads reviews that resonated with me. There's 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Macbeth is a tragedy, so it seems only fair to me that this was tragic as well. Not even the prettiest writing in the world could save such a lack of plot. Half of this mess was incredibly boring. The other half made me feel so miserable. This was literally the most miserable portrait of womanhood you could even find in today's literature. She was weak and men were strong, and it went like this on and on for pages and pages and pages.
That's terrible. I disagree with that so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, yes, I agree that, like, the men in this book were definitely, like, taking advantage of her and trying to win and stuff. She was the only woman.
Yeah.
Like, she was the only woman, and she, like, what she accomplished with being that, and, like, being a 17-year-old against all of these men, and, like, she did not have anybody on her side. Like, she gets there with her handmaiden, who was immediately taken off and most likely killed.
I know, that was so sad.
That was sad. I was like, that's stupid.
I know.
But, like, they didn't want her to have anybody.
I just think she became a fool when she just saw this man and was just like, I fucking him for forever. And I think she just became stupid after that. I did appreciate the necklace thing. I thought that was clever. It didn't make much sense to me because, like, he's this strong leader. Like, you don't think he would have had something, like, I don't know.
To make the necklace?
Yeah, I just felt like it was a little dumb. But, like, then after that, I just think it was so stupid how she just gave away all her secrets to this guy to save some guy she barely met. And then after that, she just, like, lays around after she got, like, hit with the legs. I understand she's hurting, but, like, she just kind of, like, she just sits there when she goes to the council meetings or, like, the war meetings and listens. But I feel like Shakespeare did a better... I can't believe I'm just saying, like, Shakespeare, like, casually. He just did such a better job making the other one more powerful. I don't know. That was my thought. And then, I can't find it.
The other Goodreads review?
No, I can't find it. Dang it. Oh, well. But, yeah.
Wow.
I love that we disagree.
I love it too. It makes, like, it's really fun to get really hyped about a book together. Like, Carrie Soto is back. That was really fun to, like,
yeah,
love the book over. It was very interesting to have difference of opinions.
I just think it's crazy that she thought she was seducing this guy with her eyes in a spell. And, like, without his consent, really. Like, I just kind of...
Dude, I'm not gonna lie here. If that was me.
She's like, wait, what? I'm not controlling you to sleep with me?
I think I may have done the same thing.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
that's
okay,
funny.
Think about it. There's this man that she's like, oh my god, he's hot.
For 2 pages, he's hot.
Yeah, no, literally love poem. Just, oh my god, like, he's so hot, whatever. My husband really wants me to kill this guy. I have to do it. Might as well fuck him before he's dead.
Oh my god.
Like, she's like, I'm never gonna get this chance again. Like,
that's funny. Oh my god. Were you expecting him to be a were-dragon?
no.
And I was not here for it. It was not.
I did not like it.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like that. Like, of all things, like...
These bars won't hold me down. Like, let me say this before I fall asleep.
What?
He says, here, I have it right here. Lysander was right. The cell cannot hold him. The dragon's teeth easily rend the metal apart, breaking the bars like twigs. And then he was free. Long body unwound. Scales shimmering. She is amazed by the strength of its body, the thick muscularity of its curls as it curls over her, almost protective, perhaps possessive. Dragons are jealous creatures, devoted to their horns.
Okay, that was pretty bad. Ava.
Ava!
Oh my god. She's lusting over a dragon! Like, come on.
Girl. But she won't sleep with her husband. He's got to go out and get... Like, don't marry him. Oh, that's so funny.
Honestly, for the first part of the book, I was like, why is she so, like, against her husband? Like, he hasn't done anything against her.
Exactly.
He only started doing, like, kind of terrible things towards the end.
Yeah, but like he was listening to her. He went out and got, like, he earned her, really.
Yeah.
She put the line. He did it.
Yeah, and then when he came back, thinking that she got like hit by those men, and he was so angry about it, and he was like upset that somebody hurt her.
Yeah, I really liked Macbeth, honestly, before he like got a little weird. And that's where like I really liked the play where she kind of like manipulated him. And like I wish almost that like the Macbeth here, you know, was less, you know, horrible of a person, but more like how you were speaking about him in the beginning. And she was a little bit stronger, and they united and became a strong couple together. You know what I mean? Instead of her like, yes, my lord, I'm just a woman. Honor you. Don't say honor. I hate that word. He's okay.
Like, and then he was like, my clever wife, I am only as clever as my lord husband allows me to be. I was like,
girl.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's definitely some interesting moments in this.
But like, I don't know. Like I gave it a 1, but like I do, like I always say this, I enjoy, I hate Reid. Yeah. I like feeling passionate. It evoked a lot of emotions in me, and that's what, you know, I love about a book. When, like, we read Babel, and we couldn't even do a review about it because it evoked no emotions out of me. It was so boring. Where this one, I hated it, but hate is an emotion.
Yes. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. In my forensics class in college, we one of the things that we're talking about is like what brings a person to like murder somebody else, and like the like key word was passion. Whether that's passionate anger, passionate love, like
sadness, whatever.
Passion, like strong emotions. And it's the same thing with like reading. Like strong emotions make for a great read, no matter what the emotion is.
Exactly.
Unlike Babel, whatever.
Yeah.
That was
not my vibe.
Guys, we got like halfway through that, maybe, and we both were like, we can't fucking do it.
I tried so hard. I learned so much about translation, though.
Yeah, no.
Against my will.
Not it. Don't recommend. Read the Poppy War trilogy, though, by that author. That was good.
But yeah, I stick my review still at a 1 out of 10.
I stick my review at a 6 out of 10.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right.
Well, okay, that's it. Bye.